You're finally awake.
Look, I had to, okay? How dare I mention Skyrim and not make use of that meme? 9 major cities, 62 major clearable caves, somewhere between 2 and 3,000 NPCs, around 350 readable books, and 270 completable quests. And then if we're adding the DLCs, it's 2 to 300 more quests, 15 total player ownable homes, and a whole island with another city, species, and quests. Welcome to Skyrim. And I know I am by no means whatsoever the first person to make a video essay on Skyrim. This is a topic that's been covered countless other times in much more depth and detail. So be sure to check out the links in below to see some of those videos. Now, I don't want to cover the plot of the story and actual game too much in this video simply because there is so much to it. And I'm hoping that in watching this video, maybe one of you guys out there wants to check out the game yourself. Instead, I want to focus more about the actual layout and specs of the game and the everlasting legacy it's had on the gaming industry. All you need to know is that it's an open world fantasy role playing game. Perhaps the open world fantasy role playing game if it's 227 Game of the Year awards or anything to go by. So much of the game takes place in the forests and overgrown caves surrounding the area, putting on display this extreme Nordic setting that Skyrim has. In the creations of its games, Skyrim developer Bethesda Studios actually developed its own models, platforms, and tools to create the games in. Todd Howard, the executive producer and game director for Bethesda, said that this was to help them be able to achieve the level of detail and perspective for the immersive world building that they were trying to achieve with their two most popular game series, Fallout and The Elder Scrolls. And when playing the game, the level of effort and time they put in is obvious and shown in the level of detail in the world surrounding you. As you walk between the snowy, icy peaks of the Pale to the deciduous forests and lakes of the Rift, and you get to see the blend of the biomes as you move from one region to another. But beyond just the visual elements, the game is intelligently built. For example, the NPCs. I believe over 1,000 of them have complete, unique names, backstory, programming, and personality. And for this game, there was only around 70 voice actors that had to do 60,000 plus dialogue lines. And since it's an open world game, the creators have to find a way to get around the player possibly going a little off the rails. For example, if they were to kill a quest giving NPC, let's say.
Get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
In this case, the game has a software built into it to redirect logical NPCs to fulfill any story-related or quest duties, so that your character can't get soft-locked from a goofy decision you made one day. Upon release, Skyrim became the fastest-selling Steam game of all time. The game, 15 years later, has now sold over 60 million copies. The fifth Elder Scrolls title got two big DLC options post-release. In 2016, Skyrim Special Edition came out and brought Dawnguard and Dragonborn questlines, along with some additional cosmetic and quality of life add-ons. And then after a decade of Skyrim being released, Anniversary Edition came out in 2021 and built on top of the Special Edition package and added some more player homes, quests, and even new game modes, to total over 500 new aspects added to the game. And while all of this content could be incredibly overwhelming or cause performance issues, especially when being added onto such an already large game, but Bethesda manages to implement it all in a way that doesn't make it feel like that. I have a potato of a PC, okay? But I will play modded Anniversary Edition Skyrim all day with YouTube on a second monitor, and I will have zero lag, screen tearing, or quality dips whatsoever. Beyond that, there's just so many different ways to play the game, based on the race that you build, how you decide to level up your character's skill tree, or even just which side of a quest line you choose to be on. To allow such creativity and versatility as there is on the scale of this game is wild enough. And then you add the fact that they did it without making the game overwhelming or unplayable, and they did it all back in 2011? It's insane. So why does this game still matter? Who cares about a fifth installment game from a decade and a half ago? The answer is A lot of people like me. The gaming world moves fast as technology continues to adapt and evolve, but Skyrim has remained relevant through all of this somehow, and it's become a bit of a cultural phenomenon. As people's free times are transformed into thinking about dragons and shouting and how they're going to decorate their alchemy room. From being memed to further pushing medieval imagery to being regularly named one of the top games of all time, Skyrim has had a lasting impact on the gaming industry and just cultural entertainment world. And I think Skyrim will remain plenty popular until Bethesda Games decides to release The Elder Scrolls 6. Todd Howard, this video is for you. Please release The Elder Scrolls 6. I want to play The Elder Scrolls 6. Thank you.